For those of you who don't know, Ferrari recently blessed us with a manual version of their Dodici Cilindri or 12Cilindri front engine Super GT car. Now the reason for the sarcasm is because it's not an actual manual in the car, it's a simulated manual, and it's not a particularly good looking car. So I don't know if anyone really wanted this, and a lot of people weren't happy when they did get it because it's not a real manual. So that was the sarcasm. Now I had known this car was coming for quite a while, but there's another car coming built on the same Dodici Cilindri that I did not expect to see when the Dodici Cilindri was launched, at least, and I do think it's actually going to come now. There's spy shots of it on the internet that you can see. So we're going to talk about what we know about this car so far, and I'll also tell you when I think it's going to be released. So let's get into the new Dodici Cilindri version that we're expecting. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel for me. Please like the video for me. It really helps it get out there in front of more people. Turn on notifications so you see my videos right when they go live. And leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this new Dodici Cilindri Versione Speciale, as everybody likes to say. If you're not familiar with the Dodici Cilindri already, it came out a couple years ago. A lot of people think it's a very ugly car, especially when it came out. It was very hated on. It's available as a coupe and a spider. It maintained the 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 from the Ferrari 812 Competizione. It makes the same power as the Competizione version did, not as the 812 Superfast did, but same lineage of car. Maintain that engine, which is great, but it is quieter due to all the new sound rules. The car's a little more refined and less like, you know, trying to step out on you all the time, basically, than an 812 Superfast was. So basically, the Dodici Cilindri got worse looking, doesn't sound as good, and isn't as exciting to drive. So that's why the car has not been loved right from the start by the car community. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, we recently got a manual version of this car, or a manual version of this car because it's simulating a manual, but Koenigsegg did this as well a couple years ago, and everybody that's driven that says it's actually really good. So if Ferrari have done a similar system to them, then it could be good to drive. I have no idea, I haven't tried it yet, but there will be a manual Dodici Cilindri. And I also mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's another car coming that I didn't think was coming, and I'll explain why. My reasoning with this car was I looked at it in the same way that I looked at the Ferrari F8. Ferrari launched the F8 to kind of bridge the gap between the 488 Pista and the Ferrari SF90. While they were still developing the SF90, they had to figure out the hybrid system. It's built in like a new platform. It's not just a facelifted Ferrari 458 essentially, which is kind of what the 488 and the F8 were. So the F8 came out for a few years to bridge the gap before the SF90 was ready to be delivered. There was no F8 Speciale, let's call it. There was no Versione Speciale of the Ferrari F8. They just went straight into the SF90. I looked at the Dodici Cilindri the same way. I thought it was going to be a couple years of this car until they came out with most likely a hybrid V12 like the Revuelto from Lamborghini. And that's just what I thought would happen. I didn't think we would get a Ferrari Dodici Cilindri Speciale. The manual one I had heard rumors about for a while. I knew that was kind of in the works and likely to happen at some point, and we've now got it, kind of, because it's not a real manual, but I didn't think there'd be a GTO, which, if you don't know, GTO, TDF, and Competizione, those are like the big three of the V12 Versione Speciale cars. The 599 GTO is the closest to its actual race car version of the three. Really raw, really focused. The F12 TDF is more of a road-going car, but it's really wild, basically. That car, everyone says, tries to step out on you like crazy. They're wildly expensive now as well. And the most recent of the three, the Ferrari 812 Competizione, my personal favorite of the three. I just think this car looks so good that I love it, especially the Aperta version. Also ridiculously expensive. They're like $3.5 million right now. It makes me cry. But that's the lineage that this car is going to follow on, and we are expecting a Dodici Cilindri GTO. We think the GTO name is going to return. I checked, and Ferrari actually have patented it already, apparently. So it looks like that's going to be the name, but maybe not, because they also patented 12Cilindri MM, and everyone thought that was going to be the Manuale, and then it was called Manuale. So GTO might be to throw people off. Maybe it could be the Dodici Cilindri TDF or Competizione. I doubt it. It'll probably go to GTO or something we're just not even on the radar of. Maybe it'll be MM. Maybe they'll use that for this instead of the Manuale, but we're expecting it. And there's now spy shots of it running around. You can see enhanced aero, especially on the back. There's now like a ducktail spoiler on the back of the car that clearly makes it have more aero than a normal one does. The front's pretty camoed up, but you can see additional aero in the lower grille areas and on the side skirts of the car as well. Of course, they'll probably find a way to get even more power out of that V12, which is insane to me because that engine's now making like 835 horsepower with no turbos. They're making the same power Aston Martin's making out of their V12 with turbos. So you'd expect them to push it at least to like 870 horsepower or something like that on the special version, which will be insane if they can pull it off. The engine does still sound good inherently, but they have to meet all these noise restrictions that they have to really dumb it down. But I'm sure with an exhaust, it would sound absolutely nuts. Hopefully it'll look a little better. Maybe they'll do something at the front to hide that bar thing. I will say the Dodici Cilindri designs have grown on me a little bit as I've seen the car more, but mainly in darker colors. I would just get a black one because it hides the front bar situation. I actually like the wheels on the car, and I like the general shape of the back of the car. Just the front is so appalling if it's not in black. But maybe they'll find a way to make this GTO look better. I'm sure the duckbill situation at the back can't hurt it. Obviously, it'll be more power, more sound, stiffer suspension almost certainly to make the car handle better, more engaging gear shifts. I bet the shifts will have more emotion engineered into them, let's say. I'm sure the car will be faster around Fiorano. That's Ferrari's test circuit, if you don't know, where they test all their cars. I'm sure it'll be the fastest of this V12, race-focused car that they've ever done. So it'll have to beat the Ferrari 812 Competizione. I don't think there'll be a manual version of this car, like with that system. I think it'll just be a dual clutch option still. I think this car will be focused on being fast, I think that's what it'll be. The Manuale is the driving leisure car. They've done that. It's only available as a coupe, interestingly. It'll be interesting to see if this Dodici Cilindri GTO is coupe and aperta. They did the 812 comp as an aperta, so I'd imagine if they're doing a GTO of this 12-Cilindri Dodici Cilindri GTO, I think it'll have an aperta option as well. More limited than the coupe for sure, I would assume. I'm actually glad they're making this car because the regular Dodici Cilindri almost feels like a failure to that V12 lineage. I mean, the 812 Competizione was insane. The 812 Superfast was insane. The F12 Berlinetta, beautiful. F12 TDF, great. This Dodici Cilindri just feels like it was like the ugly duckling of the family, it just didn't fit with everything else. And I'm glad they're actually going to give it like a more proper version to hopefully recover some of that, because I bet the car will be a lot of fun to drive. It's just the looks really put a damper on that thing before you even give it a chance to enjoy it. So I'm excited to see a GTO version of it. Hopefully it'll do some justice to the name. Obviously they make way faster cars now, and SF90 is significantly faster than the Dodici Cilindri, but you still get the V12. It's like that Ferrari classic layout, the front engine Super GT, a little more elegant maybe, no hybrid system still, which is big. You don't have to worry about the batteries and everything with this car. It's still a Ferrari V12, so you have to worry about still pretty much everything, but no batteries on top of it. I'm sure it's going to upset some 812 Competizione owners because everyone thought that was going to be the last special naturally aspirated Ferrari. There's going to be another one, it sounds like, so who knows if we'll get one after this or if the next car will be hybrid. I would imagine the next one probably has to be hybrid emissions-wise, but maybe with the Luce coming, maybe they'll figure out a way to offset the emissions and make another naturally aspirated V12, no hybrid system car on the next one. That'd be incredible, and give them a chance to fix the looks perhaps. So that's what we're expecting the car to be. Let's talk about when it's going to come out and what it'll compete with at the time. So I'm expecting it in 2027, just to be completely honest with you. I don't think we'll see this car by the end of the year. I mentioned a couple days ago in my Ferrari 296 Challenge Stradale video. If you didn't know that car was coming, go watch that video because that's really exciting. I do think we'll see that car like December or like early 2027. I expect that to come out before this Dodici Cilindri. So whenever that car comes out, add like at least 6 months to see a Dodici Cilindri GTO. I think that's more of a realistic timeline, mid to late 2027. As for what it'll compete with at the time, we've already seen the Lamborghini Revuelto SV, but that's a mid-engine supercar. Like, I've never really seen the V12 Ferraris and the V12 Lambos as direct competitors because they're just not the same type of car. I think this has always competed with more like an Aston Martin DBS or Vanquish, like the V12 Aston of the time. And I think that'll be the case here because the Vanquish S or AMR, whatever they end up calling it, will probably come out around the same time as the Dodici Cilindri does. They kind of launched the Dodici Cilindri and the Vanquish at similar times anyways, and they had a really good head-to-head in the media that I think favored Aston Martin. So I'd assume they're going to want to recreate that with like the special version of the Vanquish and the special version of the Dodici Cilindri. So that'll be its biggest competitor at the time. And that's in a nutshell everything we know about this car so far. I'll cover it between now and when it comes out, of course, if I learn anything significant enough to let you know. And when the car comes out, of course, we'll react to it as well. Let me know in the comments if you like this car, what you think about this car, if you know anything about it that maybe I don't know that I haven't said yet. I'd love to hear what you think of it. If you're not already subscribed to the channel for me, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you see my videos right when they go live. Please like the video for me. It really helps it get in front of more people. And like I said, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this Dodici Cilindri. Tell me what you think about the Dodici Cilindri in general. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it overall. I'm sure you have some good ones out there. The car's definitely grown on me a little bit, so I'm not like as against it as I was when it came out, but now I'm just excited there'll be a cooler version and can't wait to see it. So stay tuned to the channel and I will see you in the next Exotics Anonymous video.